Darren Rovell with Collect TV here with Tom Brady. And Tom, we are here at the American Dream Mall where you are opening CardVault by Tom Brady. Is this the fourth store?
Fourth location. First one in New York, New Jersey.
Oh, baby. New York, New Jersey. You're already starting here. So this is a major commitment, and you've really committed to cards. We saw you at Fanatics Fest last year. You were looking at your autographs, and now putting your name on something like this. People want to know why.
Yeah, well, to continue to bring awareness to this hobby that I started when I was a kid 40 years ago. So I've been collecting for a long time. I probably took 4.5 year break when I was in college, but outside of that, I've had cards coming into my collection for a long time. I have probably 10,000 cards at this point, so it's a great collection.
But you're like, we're the same age. We were collecting during the junk wax era, so a lot is not worth a lot of money.
That's okay, but nostalgically it is worth a lot because it's not about that. It's like what it means to you and that part of your life and what those cards meant in my sports journey. You know, I was very fortunate to be a part of sports teams, and I had heroes that I collected, and they inspired me to follow this passion of sports that I had. And whether it was football or baseball when I was growing up, and now I see so many other cards in here. My kids collect, and I bought them a lot of cards over the years. So I think it's just a great way to be engaged in sports, to be engaged with your friends, to trade, to sell, to learn a little bit about economics as well. And that's ultimately what this hobby has really turned into.
What do you see as your responsibility by putting your name on this, right? You're out here. You're not just throwing your name on it. You're appearing here. What's your responsibility that comes along with all this?
I think credibility, and trust. And I think I've always tried to involve myself in things that I found important in my life. And why were they important? So sports have taught me great values, to be a great teammate, to overcome adversity. And a lot of that love of sports came from when I was growing up. And growing up, collecting trading cards was my life. That's what I did. Every free dollar I ever got from my paper out when I was making $3 a month went to collecting cards. So
the San Mateo press?
The San Mateo Times. Okay. And I would get those 30 papers and I would wrap them and throw them on my bike. And that was my first real job. And I'd have to go collect at the end of every month. And
hope for the Christmas tip.
And I got potatoes one year as a tip, and this Irish woman said, "You want a spud?" And I was hoping for a couple bucks, and I got potatoes. But you know what? I took that money, and I went to What's on Second Sports Cards. I was actually there when I went and visited my parents. We had a game at when I was broadcasting this year in Santa Clara.
Oh,
I stayed with my parents at night, and we went to breakfast, and right by the breakfast is still What's on Second Sports Cards. So fun to see that, and I actually took some good photos of it.
It seems like you're really enjoying the business world. You're doing No Bull with Mike Rapoli, with Michael Rubin, obviously Fanatics, and you've been very close with him. Birmingham, congrats on the promotion. The Raiders, obviously broadcasting. I watched up close. Kobe Bryant took the competition that he loved in sports and moved it to business. You enjoying that, and is business harder?
Yeah, I think it's the competition, but to me it's the teamwork. And there's so many aspects of whether it's the card business or broadcasting or sports teams. There's certain ways that I believe I can add value. But I also know I need a lot of other great teammates to kind of fulfill the mission of what we're trying to accomplish. Nobody can accomplish anything as an individual. We all need to play our role. We need to bring a good attitude. And we have to understand that success is not a straight line. And you've got to surround yourself with very smart people. So all those people you mentioned, I've gotten to know over the years, predating the end of my career, knowing that this is going to be a second chapter. And while it's not running out on the field in front of 70,000 people, it's still making an impact in the community. And I think there's one thing I want to accomplish in this next phase of my life is helping other people achieve their dreams. So whether you're a young entrepreneur, whether you're a young kid who aspires to play sports, how can this message of resiliency and determination, overcoming adversity, and being a great teammate impact their life? And I think that's ultimately what's about for me.
We're in earshot from MetLife Stadium. I did notice one Eli Manning card in here. There's also a sign there.
Yeah, you noticed that. I
did notice that because I was worried this would be a no Eli Manning zone. So you're okay. Now there are 8 million cards of you to his one. But
who's counting?
That's okay.
No.
But that's okay, right?
It sure is.
Okay.
you know what? I'm here, and I had a lot of great memories over there, and some not so great memories. But again, that's sports and understanding. You know, I think I've become friends with a lot of these guys post-career, and I see my man Michael Strahan over there, who haunted me for a long time, but is actually a great friend of mine and a colleague of mine at Fox. So there is a camaraderie of, I think, pro football players that we did compete against each other for a long time, but I love seeing those guys successful in other parts of their life as well, whether it's Eli, Stray, Peyton, and all the amazing thing he's done over the years.
So for this era, you didn't consider CardVault by Johnny Damon, since he did the Boston and New York thing.
He did both. There's been a few crossovers
Very weird,
over the year.
Tom, thanks so much.
Bye, Darren. Good to see you, man.
You
Thank you.